Hey everybody, it's Venetia. Today is Sunday, November 2nd, 2014. I am less than 30 days away from my VSG surgery. And when I tell you that I am feeling it coming from all angles, I don't even know. So I'm here doing another YouTube video sooner than I was expecting to, just so I could vent a little bit. It is not even angry vents, but more like something that I can look back and understand. If I ever have doubt after surgery, then I can look at this video. Or if somebody else is having doubt, then they can share my experience. Okay. I'm yawning again because I've been lacking on my iron pills. And so I noticed that when my iron gets low, that's why I yawn a lot. And that sucks. But excuse the yawning. Um First let me talk about how I'm feeling. I don't know if it's like a subconscious thing where I'm really um it's really sinking in that I'm going to have like this life altering surgery, or if it's just that plus a combination of everything that's going on in my world off the camera. That's really like I feel like I'm stuck. I feel like, look at these arms. I feel like I'm stuck. I feel like I just can't I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I can't even describe it to you. That's how crazy it is. I'm like all emotional, I'm irritated, and then the next 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes later, I'm elated, I'm annoyed, and then I'm crying. So, I mean, I don't know. I need some help. What do you got? I mean, and let me just give you a brief overview of what's going on. Um, and I work a regular 9 to 5, and um, I it's a important job, but it's not what I would call like really stressful. And then I have this volunteer program that I work with, which is like another full-time job. I have to go to court, and I have to go visit lawyers and attorneys and all this stuff, and I'm the welfare of a child who's in foster care is my responsibility in a sense, partly my responsibility. So I have to keep up with that in addition to work. And then I start school in a month, and then I have surgery coming up. And it's the holidays. Did you know that it's the holidays already? And I have 7 birthdays in the next 8 weeks. And then there's Thanksgiving that I'm going to miss out on. And then Christmas that I got to shop for. And then all of this going on that I'm trying to keep everything straight. And then I had to remember, oh, I had to get ready for surgery. You can't just wake up and say, oh, I'm going to have surgery today. Not in my world, you can't. I have to have things in order. And so I don't even know where to start. I mean, I don't know what vitamins to get. I know what's recommended, but I don't know anybody who takes those vitamins. I mean, and I can look on YouTube, but I want somebody that I can touch and who I can pick up the phone and call and say, hey, how's it working for you? I'm sorry. Well, I can say, hey, how's it working for you? Did you like them? Did you like them before? Did you take them before? So, I mean, I have so many questions, and I'm just thinking that I did request some samples yesterday, which I probably should have done a long time ago. But I request the samples, and hopefully they'll get them to me quickly, and so I can see which ones I tolerate better. Um, but it just feels like everything is going on at once. And then, like I said in the last video, the only time I'll get rest is December 1st when I have that surgery, and I won't have any choice but to get rest. So, just feeling a little overwhelmed with everything. And it happens every year at this time of year. My life is utter freaking chaos. And I mean, the stress of having surgery also is just like adding another boulder to my shoulders. And so, on the outside I'm a cool, but on the inside I'm just like dun, 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 dun. So I just thought I'd vent. I mean I don't really need, I could use advice, but I just needed to get that out there so I could just be like, okay, this is what's going on while I'm not making videos. you know. And the other thing was, I was thinking, how, I'm sorry, how in the world did you get to the point where you had to have surgery? Because I was not an overweight kid. I was not an overweight teenager. And I blame it on two things besides myself and two other things. The first thing was I got a car. And usually, I mean, where I grew up, I mean, we had walking paths, and we used to rollerblade through those paths and bicycle. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna take my iron pills. And so we were very active kids and teenagers. But oh, when I got the keys to that 1990 Dodge Shadow, it was a mess. I did not want to drive anywhere. Did not want to drive anywhere. Um, Hold on, guys. I gotta get my water. Yeah, so I didn't want to drive anywhere, and that's what happened. I'm always in the drive-through. I'm always at a restaurant hanging out with friends. I'm always, doing stuff that I know I'm not supposed to be doing. And then next thing you know, I'm 200 pounds. And then next thing you know, I'm 240. I remember being 245 pounds and was disgusted with myself and did nothing about it. And then I remember, oh my gosh, you're X amount of pounds away from being 300 pounds. Oh my God. you know. And so while I was disgusted with myself, I was still living life the way that I thought that I should be living life. And then you get like this reality where your body starts to ache, and then for me, it was like, oh my God, you snore when you sleep, and you're still tired when you wake up. Your legs hurt, your feet hurt, your knees hurt. Your boobs are so big you can't see your feet. Your belly is so big that even if you did get your boobs done, you still wouldn't be able to see your feet. Stuff like that. So, what made me get to this point was just irresponsibility, plain and simple. Just not being responsible for my health, not really caring about my health. Because don't you know that when you're a teenager, you're invincible? That's what I knew when I was a teenager. That's the kind of the mind frame that I had. So, you get in a car accident, you almost lose your leg, you get a rod in your leg, and then you find all these aches and pains that you laughed at the old people about are now going through your body. So, that's when the light bulb came on. It was like, okay. So in between that, it wasn't just like screech to a halt. It was just like, okay, well, I'm going to try to lose 20 pounds here. Okay, but when your mind's not in it, when your heart's not in it, and when you really don't feel the full repercussions of your actions, you're not going to stick to it. But now I don't have no choice, because guess where my arm is now? My arm is resting on a love handle, and it is disgusting. And that's the kind of stuff that made me say, you know what? Let me go get some help. Or looking at myself in the camera and seeing all this right here. I can feel it. Like, if I'm really chilling at home, I can feel my bottom chin touching my right here. Who does that? Nobody does that. What? How do you get to that point? So I was just disgusted with myself to the point where I had no choice but to do something about it. And so that's why I started on this journey. And although it has been like crazy, it's been frustrating, it's been like euphoric at times, I would not change anything. I would not change anything having to, and I think that God, I mean, I know God really knows what he's doing, because if I had done this 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or at this, the same time my mom got a root and Y done, maybe 10, 12 years ago. And if I had done it when she did it, I would have been such a failure, because, like I said, my mind wasn't in it, my heart wasn't in it. I had big boobs and a little butt. So I wouldn't have been successful. But I think that at this time where I'm more mature and that I'm really focused on what I want out of this surgery and not just getting it because I can, then I think that's what's going to make me successful in the long run. Um, I still have some ways to go because it's still some things about me that I feel like it's going to sabotage my journey. And one of them is like food addiction. I was in a 12-step program for food addiction before I started this back in May. Um, a year from May, I was I was leaving that 12-step program, and I was just like, I could do this on my own. And they told me, you're gonna say, when you see yourself losing weight, you're gonna be like, oh, I got this, I'm good, I don't need to come back to this program. And that's exactly what I did. And guess what? The 45 pounds I lost, I gained it right back and then some. So not only was I right back where I started, I was almost back to my highest weight ever. Which, by the way, I'll give you numbers and measurements at my pre-op video. But the thing is, like, with all these emotions that I told you I've been having lately, do you know that I have been eating every damn thing I can? And not even whole meals, not even like meat, vegetable, starch. I mean, I'll eat like a bagel and a coffee. You know damn well I ain't supposed to be having no coffee. And then for lunch, I'll have like Oreos and Doritos. And then for dinner, I'll have whatever. I'll have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or grilled cheese, or I'll go out and get something from Fridays or, you know, in the past 3 weeks, I probably cooked at home 3 times, maybe two. And it's just like, okay, you gotta pull in the reins a little bit because you don't want to waste all your effort. You don't want to waste your life. Like, at this point, it is life or death for me. You don't want to waste your life on a snack that you won't even remember tomorrow. You know what I mean? And so trying to get my mind frame over the food addiction, trying to get it over the habits that made me obese, trying to get it over the emotions is really what the struggle is for me less than 30 days from my surgery date. So I've been looking at people and trying to see what they did. But then, like, when you watch videos on YouTube, you never really know somebody else's journey. You know what they tell you. But just like with me, you don't see what I do off screen unless I tell you. I don't see what everybody else does off screen, but what they tell us, what they decide to share. And a lot of people don't share everything because this is a really personal journey. Everybody's doing it for the ultimate reason of losing weight, but the journey up to that decision is not a story that people want to tell the whole thing. They don't. I mean, and I understand that because I would not tell you every single thing that happened to me that made me want to eat emotionally. That made me want to drink alcohol, that made me want to go out and party all the time and just consume massive and massive and massive amounts of food. Sometimes it's stress, sometimes it's stuff deeper than that, sometimes it's just nothing. You just like food. But, my point is, people tell you what they want you to know, but I just don't. I mean, any help. Somebody help me. I can't even get my damn words out. What do you do? Because I feel like part of this is me being a control freak because I have to know, okay, I'm going into surgery on Monday, and then but the Thursday before I have to have meals for the next week, and then I have to go to the store on Wednesday after surgery, and then I have to do this, and I feel like I'm overthinking it a little bit, but I mean I'm so confused. My brain I have the worst mental fog. I can't do anything, y'all. I swear, I would not lie to you. And this video is way too long. So help me, please. Somebody write a comment, email me, let me know what. Like, start from square one. Look at my face. I can't. I think that I'm just like, I just need to step outside of myself and just be like, ugh, okay, what do you want to do? What's your goal? And 3 things to kind of achieve that goal. Like, for instance, I'll give you a quick example and then I'm out of here. I noticed that my skin, I was dehydrated, which I was looking at my video, all those things that I said were wrong with me are results of being dehydrated. And so I have tons of water bottles already, and I probably have tons more, but I went and filled them all up at the same time, and I have them in different places in my bedroom, on my night table over here, on my stand over there, on the TV stand, in the windowsill. I have bottles of water everywhere, water bottles full of water everywhere. And some of them I'll drink the plain water, and some of them I'll add a little water flavor to them. And that's how I'm getting my water, and it's been so much better. And my body is just soaking it up, soaking it up, soaking it up. And but that's something that where I really thought about, okay, you don't have an option not to drink water. You're gonna die. you know, everything for me is just like so dramatic. You're gonna die, but it's working, and I think that same model that I use to make sure I get my water in is what I need to do before surgery. So help me, please. Thank you. You guys are awesome. I'm watching videos all day. Between that football, go Colts. And hey to my new subbies, new subby dance. Subby dance. By the way, I'm almost at 100, so I'm thinking about doing a giveaway. You guys have a wonderful week. I will talk to you on the 11th of November after I come from my 2 final tests before surgery. You guys have a great week, a great November, and thanks for your suggestions in advance. Help me.